If your content drawer looks anything like this one, then you'll have at one point thought how to organize it and how to organize it properly. Epic Games actually has a professional standard for this, which is a documented system their own internal teams use, and we're going to set that up today. And somewhere in this video, I'm going to show you a specific mistake that absolutely crashes your packager on shipping day. This isn't a bug that slows things down, it will just completely break your build, so you'll want to stay close for that. Welcome back to the realm. I'm Taking Grace. If you want to truly become a skilled game developer, then you're in the right place because we focus on professional grade systems rather than tutorial level code. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button and don't miss any of that architectural deep dives that we have coming up. All right, so let's get in there and fix the mess. Okay, so obviously looking at this, it's pretty bad. So it's not about personal preference in terms of this hierarchy and how it works, and it's also not what looks pretty, but we're also building the structure that either holds up or falls apart when you start to scale, right? So the real problem is that asset type folders like, character components, materials, sound effects, like that's all garbage, right? Like that's not great because if you do want to perhaps bring, so, right now if I try to right click and migrate this guy here, we'll save it. That's everything that's coming with me, right? So we got multiple different types of folders coming over there, and that's not great. What we do need is to keep everything specifically in its own folder, right? So I'll show you guys how to do that, all that here in a second. The biggest thing, there's two big things that a lot of people don't know. The first one is we have a developers folder right here, which you can activate by going to this thing here and going to developers content. Okay, if you have multiple people working on your project, this should be in here, right? Everybody's folders should be in here, and you should be working in your own folders, creating whatever system you're creating, and then once it's ready, then you move it into the main folder, okay? And the main folder should not be what we have here in content. You should be making a folder that is your game name or your studio name, and then putting all of these types of folders in here, okay? So obviously art will, have its own folder. Sounds for the most part are going to be generic enough where we're going to have our own folder. We have systems here, which I got to move some stuff over here. Obviously, this is that community game that we've been working on here in the stream, but system. So every individualized system you'd put in here, and then we have all of the relevant variables and blueprints and stuff that go with that system. Obviously, core is going to have all of our core classes, like our player controller, our HUD class, obviously our player state, our game state, all that kind of stuff is going to be in this. And then we also have characters. You open this up, we have a common class. A lot of the characters will share the same skeleton, the same animations, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so you could put all that kind of stuff in here, and then you'd also have, which I'm going to move over here in this video. You have your AI, and your AI blueprints, all that kind of stuff. It would go in here. Okay, so that's how you're going to organize it. You're going to organize it basically the same way that Epic expects people to upload stuff to the Fab store, so you guys can download it, right? So we're going to move some stuff over in this project now. Okay, so anybody that's been using Unreal Engine for more than like 2 minutes knows that moving assets around inside of the content folder is an absolute nightmare for a couple of reasons. So let's start with, we'll open up Bionic Smash and I will just dock this in the layout here so we can move some stuff over. So let's start with input. I have nothing in here, so if I come over to content and I move this folder, or everything in this folder, I should say, to here, it'll ask me move, copy here, advanced copy here, whatever. We're gonna hit move because we want to make this the new location. What it's doing right now is it's creating a ghost file in the original location. They're called redirectors, and this is basically saying, so if something goes to reference this IMC in here, it goes to look, it's not here, but there's a redirector saying, hey, go look in the Bionic Smash input folder. That's where you'll find this IMC. And they're like, okay, cool, right? So it's just kind of making sure that nothing breaks in your project. That will enable us to not delete this folder now. If I hit delete, it'll delete it and it'll say, hey, these are all being referenced by these blueprints, whatever the case is. We can't replace references or whatever because we have multiple different types selected, but you can see all these up here. Class, it says object redirector. All of these are pointing to this new folder. So what we're going to do instead, because if you force delete this, you're going to break your project because things will go looking in the input folder here expecting to find these, but they're in a new location now. Okay, so what you do need to do is you need to right click and go update redirector references. Okay, so this is going to change the new path for these items to be where they are. Okay, so basically it's every blueprint that's referencing these redirectors is going to be notified that, hey, this is the new location of this thing permanently. Okay, so they don't have to use these redirectors anymore. So that's already been done. It says all references to this redirector have been removed, and now we can delete unreferenced redirectors. It'll delete all those redirectors now, and now we can safely delete the input folder. it'll disappear now. Okay, so if you ever wondered why folders don't disappear, that's why. There's redirectors in there and you need to clean those up. Okay, the one other thing here is Unreal loves to crash when you're moving objects around, because you do have to load them into memory in order to like move them around. So you do need to kind of think about that kind of stuff. So the UI stuff, all the stuff we have in here, I'm gonna move this to the new UI folder, and all you got to do every single time is just make sure you're moving the stuff over in like one folder at a time, right? Don't get too greedy and try to move everything all at once, because that's going to crash Unreal Engine. It's just too much work to load all that stuff into memory, and then so we don't want to do that. So you move it over, and then you make sure obviously that we go back to our main content drawer, then we clean up our redirectors. Now we can delete this folder. Okay. So the benefit of this now is by doing it this way, anytime you add something new, like for example, a fab asset, it's going to go into the fab folder, which is in your content, because that's what it's supposed to do. So now we have all these fab assets that'll be in here, but they're not a part of your main game's stuff, right? So we don't have to worry about any of that. Developers folder will stay in here as well. And then, yeah, your Bionic Smash folder is literally only your game files. So I've linked the documentation from Epic on naming conventions below here, but we'll kind of go over them a little bit here. So they refer to a guy named Michael Allar, who kind of made this naming convention, and then instead of just writing the documentation themselves, they just point you to his GitHub. So yeah, that's in the description below. Just open the README file, and he'll break down exactly like how to do the naming conventions and stuff. I can put a couple options on screen here too. But his opening line really sets the tone for professional grade work. By stating that every asset and folder should look like a single person created it, regardless of how many people are actually touching the project. So that's the bar that we're kind of aiming for today. So yeah, one thing I do want to point out with the naming conventions is we still may want to shorten some of this stuff. For example, if I go into variant combat and go into blueprints, we have BP camera, BP, like everybody says BP for blueprints, right? But we should think about shortening this. And the reason I say that is because we want to avoid long names. That's because of when you package your game, Windows has a 260 character limit to an object. So that would include, you know, all content, variant combat, blueprints, BP combat, character base. So the farther you nest things into folders, the longer the name's going to get. And the character length, if it exceeds 260, then you're going to get an error when you build your project. Because there's, yeah, like I said, there's only a 260 character limit. So keep that in mind. Just keep all your stuff as basically as short as you can. And then, you know, don't go as deep into folders as possible. And that will avoid that error when you package your game, which is like, oh, crap, now I got to go back and rename a bunch of stuff or move some stuff around because XYZ, right? So yeah, I'm going to keep plugging away at this because, yeah, it's super important this is all done properly. The actual folders that you need inside of your thing here are, you know, these ones and then maybe a couple of other ones. When you do make a folder, just think about, can this be, is this for the entire project or is this for, you know, something specific like, you know, your enemy characters or whatever, right? So yeah, as I'm cleaning this up, I did have to go further into AI because there was a lot of stuff that was in here, and every time I tried to move just the AI folder, it crashed Unreal Engine. So every single thing that you do in here, you just reduce the amount of steps that's required, right? If your Unreal Engine is crashing, which again, it's a lot of work for it to like update all of the stuff, and it does run into errors and stuff, so it will crash, right? So enemy boss AI will try to do that all by itself, and it's really, yeah, like I said, really important just to make sure you update those redirectors. It's probably going to crash right here, but looks of things, yep, there it goes. It crashed, right? So, you know, boss AI is pretty thick, so maybe I gotta obviously, you know, break that down into smaller pieces. All right, so I just finished. I just rebooted the project to just kind of get rid of all the extra memory leakage stuff, I guess. So that took me about 30 minutes, I guess, to go through my whole project. Relatively smallish, possibly compared to most years, but yeah, so here's what we got. Some folders I can't delete even after cleaning up the redirectors. I suspect because they're baked into the build files or whatever, so... but yeah, basically, like, you look, it's super cleaned up. I got my function libraries out here, which probably actually should go in here, to be honest. So I'll do that, clean up the redirectors. And delete that. All right, so if you look in the Bionic Smash, here's all the stuff I have. So it's all really generic. This is generic in terms of, like, it doesn't apply to anything except the whole project. So sound, so footsteps, right? That's going to be pretty generic pretty much for everybody. But every other sound effect is inside a core and inside the specific character it applies to. So enemies, we have, you know, the bottling here's its specific sound effects, right? And then back in here, the attack drone, here's the sound effects. There's the specific ones for the attack drone, right? So if I wanted to migrate the attack drone now, so I hit migrates. Okay, what's all coming with it? So majority of it is inside of, we have the function library, we have the core folder, which includes stuff about the characters, stuff about the components, stuff about the enemies, all the common AI stuff, all the stuff related to the attack drone, including the enemy base and all that kind of stuff. We're bringing the health bar, I believe, with us. Right, so this is a lot cleaner way to send some stuff over. And yeah, it's all coming out of the Bionic Smash file, right? So otherwise, you know, you would have all these folders being integrated into your content drawer, and it's going to be conflicting with yours, and it's just going to be a big old mess, right? So this is great also for working in a team. So next video, I'm going to show you guys how to work in a team using diversion as your source control. So it'll help you guys set it up. So make sure you don't miss that video. If it's available, I'll put it up on screen right now. But otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. Keep learning until you game over. Peace.